All right, Leo, welcome to your Tarotscope for the month of May 2020. And this month, it looks like there's a bit of leveling up that's happening. And it's beginning at the Eight of Swords with you breaking out of some old paradigms, some old thought processes, and very much thought processes. And it's not so much that they are thought processes that you have held very close and have been very strict about considering or viewing or applying, but you're kind of coming to face, you're having moments where you're facing old thought paradigms that have just been lurking in the shadows of your being, that you've never given thought to one way or the other, and you're being placed in positions this month that is going to make you look at them. And in the process of looking at them, not only are you going to reject them or discard them, but in the process of doing that, you're going to be breaking free and leveling up on a personal level that you're not even going to anticipate in the moment that you're in these experiences and you're breaking free from these concepts and thought processes. So it's a leveling up that's a byproduct of you just working through some stuff. You're not going to be intentionally saying, I feel this and therefore I want to do this. It really is a byproduct of you're in a situation, and in that situation something comes up, and by that, facing that, you realize some things that you had been ingrained with, that you have never considered before, but you know that 10, 15, 20 years ago, you used to believe one way, and now you no longer see it. Your perception has changed. Your filter has been cleaned or adjusted, or however you want to consider that analogy. And because of that, you're just in that moment going to be like, no, I reject that. I don't believe that anymore. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't see it that way anymore. And in that process, the byproduct of that is breaking yourself free in a lot of ways that you didn't even realize was holding you back. And in that process, like I said, there's just overall sense, and I see this in the combination of the Justice card and the World card here, that there's this leveling up on a personal level, and it feels very, I want to say spiritual, but the truth of the matter is pretty much everything that you do in life has some spiritual undertones. We're spiritual beings, so there's not very many decisions that you can make in your personal, earthly, tangible existence that's not going to have an impact on a spiritual level. But there is this like stepping up that's going to occur, and I feel like when I had been on a roll of readings last year, I had mentioned in a couple readings then, I'm pretty sure, I feel like it was you, Leos, who in that moment, you weren't really giving considerations to your spiritual self. You were content in a lot of ways, and even in moments that you weren't content, you were able to kind of work your way around them, sidestep accordingly, or adjust or shapeshift or whatever it needed in that moment. But there was no active search for spiritual connections or trying to figure out how it may or may not apply spiritually, or even taking any sort of recognition on how all of these things that you were experiencing a year ago or so, how it could have impacted your spiritual life. But I feel that there's like this rippling effect, things that you had not really on a spiritual concept as far as how it connects to your life on a day-to-day basis. You have become more aware since last year, since around this time last year. And this process, what you'll be experiencing in the month of May is going to be a shift. Like I said, you're going to have those experiences, you're going to face those things that is going to make you realize how your perception has changed. And there's going to be this sort of sense of enlightenment that is a result of it. And there's just this the best word that comes, or turn of phrase that comes to mind, is leveling up. There's going to be a balance that you didn't realize didn't exist before. And it's just taking you to a new level on a personal, individual concept or application. And then we have this Scipia, old thought, and it's really validating where I began as far as just reevaluating those old thoughts, those old paradigms, and discovering this new part of you that you didn't realize. And in the process, the justification card comes, or the justice card, I feel like there's going to be a moment where you find justification in some of your thoughts and the way you have perceived recently events in your life. And I feel like this is you're going to gain clarification as to why a year or so ago those things weren't important, but now the way your perception has changed, why they feel important to you, or why you felt justified not applying it then. Maybe because of these old thoughts and paradigms, you felt like you didn't have permission for some reason. Whatever the case may be, as far as what permission means, how you would define that, but this shift that's occurring, and you've been working towards it. It's been very subtle, but it's not going to be quite as subtle as we move through the month of May. It's really making you realize how you thought then versus how you think now, and how you can justify your sense of awareness and your shift of perception. And there's just this overall feeling of not just justification, but satisfaction that had been previously lacking. So it looks like for the most part, the month of May is offering you opportunities for personal growth that you didn't even realize that you were ready to happen. But once it starts, you're going to take part in it because you're going to be enjoying how it serves you on a personal level. All right, Leos, that is all I have for you for the month of May. I hope May treats you well and keeps you in good spirits, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.